And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to day number 2 here of the SC4ALL to the offline event. The offline event happening in Philadelphia. I'm of course Side VIP. With you, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, welcome, one and all, to the playoffs, to the quarterfinals, baby. Let us go! Exclamation mark! Be in the chat if you guys want to have a look at it yourselves. The bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and we do have our round of 8. We have our round of 8 here. We have Estrella versus Percival, Gerald versus Epic, Trigger versus Jon Snow, and Mixu versus Future. We have 4 matches happening at the same time, and we have our initial matchup. If you want to tune into Estrella versus Percival, that's going to be happening over on the main stream. But here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. It is, or representing Streamer Zone, it is Gerald. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the American Terran, the red Terran, it is Epic. And here we go. If you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. And again, we do have 2 events happening at the same time. We have the StarCraft II tournament and we have the Brood War tournament as well. So we do have our initial matchups here. We do have our initial back and forth, and we have our first series of the broadcast. From my understanding, I believe all the quarterfinal matches are going to be happening at the same time, and that means that the semis can then be played one after the other without much issue. Yesterday we had a very long broadcast. It was very long, very intense, and we're now able to just calm down, settle in, and ideally not have as many issues when it comes to how long the broadcast is. We were like, what, 11 hours? It was crazy, man. It was crazy. We're here, we are back though, and again, so far double gas opener out of Epic. We do see a standard opener out of Gerald across the map. So far we're calming down, so far we are settling in. Whew. With this, again, it's going to be a more tech-heavy start. When it comes to Epic's TVP, I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I've covered Epic. We didn't get a chance to cover him yesterday, unfortunately, so I'm curious to see if Epic is going to be more aggressive. I'm curious to see if he's going to be in the face of Gerald. We have seen him go back and forth with Gerald before. I do recall the previous Cheeseadelphia, where they did actually have an intense series, and now we're here with the rematch. Let's go. Just catching up, man. But yeah, hope you're all doing well in the chat. I know that the daylight savings did hit the Americas today. I believe it did today. So maybe a little bit of different times, start times or time zones. But regardless, we do have a full day of StarCraft and some StarCraft 64 as well. True. Some StarCraft 64. It's gonna be crazy, baby. It's gonna be crazy. As we are going to be opening up with our 1-1-1. Reaper does it with a probe. Stalker is on the way. Ideally here to delay and to disrupt the initial opener. Stalker does avoid the main attack path, and from here we can go straight for the natural. We can go for the SCV. And with that, the SCV is going to go down. A CC is going to be delayed. Marines, they do respond, but the SCV will still go down. So nice pickup. Nice pickup here by Gerald. Likewise, Reaper does get into the main. Will disrupt, will harass the mineral line. And will harass, nice surround. Oh, Reaper, he does go down. Bit of an extension there from Epic. So as we get into the early mid game here, Epic does at least scout the main base. He was able to confirm the Twilight Council. Behind this, going across the map, going for a Marine Cyclone drop, and we'll see how many workers we can kill here. The goal should be for economic damage. Gerald, he is waiting back at home. He's got 3 Stalkers, shield battery in the main base, shield battery at the natural. Gerald, he is very well set up. He is secure. Well, Hallucination Scout is going to be barely denied. Just barely. Does deny the scouts. Behind this, we have a 3-1-1 setup. Stim is heavily being prioritized here. Okay, very fast Stim. No wonder he wanted to deny the scouts. So this should lead into an early push and early Stim timing. So Epic is being the aggressor. Epic will be pushing. So Epic does pull back. Pulls back, hallucination to the main base. Does confirm that Stim is on the way. Is aware. The army is amassing, and soon Epic can move out. Here he can soon move out. Oh, likewise, just timing on the medevac. Very nice snipe. Yeah, Marines go down. Tank barely does escape. Oof. These are brutal pickoffs. Medevac, Marines, the Cyclone as well. And this is delaying Epic. This is shutting him down before he can really push. Stim is almost done, but now already losing medevac is brutal. That was a medevac for Marines, the Cyclone. And again, it's all on Gerald to delay, right? To delay the move out, to contain Epic for as long as he can. For as long as he can, bad. It's Marine. Epic, he still does have to move out, so the boys are being pulled. 2 base all in out of Epic. It's all or nothing. Remember, he has Stim, but he has to make sure he doesn't waste it. So he's holding on to that Stim. Again, Gerald, he thankfully did see this ahead of time, so he's chipping away at the army. Oh, gets a Marine. But we'll lose a Stalker. A brutal loss there for Gerald. Back at home, shield batteries are ready. Charge is going to finish up soon. Needs a little bit more time, warping in as many as he can. As many as he can. And Epic, he does get engaged with the Zealots. He has Zealots get into all the tanks. It's going to be close here, but the tanks, they should barely go down. Yeah, they should, and they barely will. He gets 1, 2, nice target firing here by Epic. Does focus on as many Stalkers as he can. Gets every single... The repair! Oh my god! The repair keeps the tank alive! No shot. And Epic, he's doing it. I just assumed both tanks would go down, but only one. Only one did fall. Master repair on the tank, keeps it alive. Barely kept alive, and Epic's done it. Yeah, Epic, he has done it. He has broken Gerald. Depowers all the gateways. Tank Stable Siege. And Gerald, he barely didn't have enough. It was close. It was close, pappy. Just got the 1 tank. Meanwhile, you can see Gerald trying to catch reinforcements. Epic, he was delaying his reinforcements back in the center of the map. Army gets in. Does go for the Stim. Yeah, tanks do siege. 1 tank will fall. Once again, we have the repair. The attempted repair. Yeah, and again, with the rallying reinforcements, GG gets called, and Epic will take game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Epic will take a lead in the series, and with that, I mean, that's already a crazy start here. Epic, he does take that lead. Again, Gerald, he did see the move out. He delayed the push as well. More importantly, he was able to pick off Marines. He was able to get 1 of the tanks as well, but barely didn't get the 2nd tank. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Here we go. So getting into our next game. Thankfully, it was a bit of a shorter game. We're just making sure we have all the casters involved. Getting them all in. And here we go. Beautiful. I just realized I'm fading into the abyss. Not gonna lie, completely unexpected. I mean, if you recall, Epic did bring down Geralt in the previous Cheesedelphia. That did happen. But it was still very close. It was still a very close series, and this can still be close as well, as we are in our best of 5 and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Pylon. We have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss. Representing Streamer Zone, it is Geralt. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Terran player. We have the American Terran for Sidestorm Gaming. It is Epic. Whew. And again, Gerald, he barely was unable to shut down the all-in. He was able to snipe the initial medevac, get the Cyclone, pick off a couple of Marines. Like, it wasn't a bad start for Gerald when it came to a Stalker harass, but him committing into the tanks the way that he did, I mean, the SimCity, I say SimCity, the body blocking was good enough. We had the Marines pushing forward. We had the SCVs getting a full surround, or almost a full surround as well on the tanks. And again, I was a little bit shocked by the Master Repair barely keeping those tanks alive. It was close. It was the Master Repair against the DPS of the Zealots, and barely the Repair did excel. Did it for well. barely kept the tanks alive. Not just that, I should also give credit to Epic's target firing. It's something that we did take note of during the fight, we barely briefly mentioned, but Epic did a great job at just focus firing the stalkers. Like with his tanks, he did target fire the stalkers, made sure there was no friendly fire, made sure he didn't attack the zealots, and it was very much so intentional with his fight, with that engagement. GG, well played. Here we go. As from here we are setting up. Once again, double gas opener into a faster factory. Welcome to Pylon. Now, I do expect to see another 2-base all-in. It doesn't have to be the same kind of all-in, though. From here, we could go into an earlier push without any stim. We could go for a more tank Banshee heavy composition instead. There are different variations of all-in that you can go for, so our eyes are definitely going to be on Epic here. Likewise, it's going to be on Gerald to play safe. Ooh, as he does snipe the initial Reaper. Nice pick up here by Gerald. Epic, he fails to confirm the tech. It is going to be a Twilight Council standard opener, but Epic is unaware. He's unaware. I've been lied to. Astray vs. Percival isn't on the main stage. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate. I was told that they were going to be casted, but maybe not. Or maybe they have observers in both games and they're focusing on one or the other. I couldn't tell you, Pappy. I couldn't tell you. Oh, that means we could have casted a Stray. We could have gone for a Stray Percival. It's all good. It's all good. I'm content with our series. But I did stay away from a Stray Percival because due to the mainstream. Oh, as that does get in. So far it gets a full scout. It is going to be a initial 2-on-1 setup, nothing too crazy yet. Now, as a reminder, last game we did have an earlier add-on swap into faster stim. We'll see if we see something similar here, as once again we do go for the Cyclone drop. So Cyclone Marine drop across the map. Gerald, he's going into how many gateways? We have 2 more gates on the way, 2 already done. 4 gate blink. This time 4 gate blink stalker. This is meant to hard counter and completely shut down aggressive play with aggression of his own. If you recall, Gerald did the same thing against Dolan. I believe on this very map as well. So 4 gate blink stalker. Beat aggression with aggression. Drop into the main base. Boys are being fooled. Only gets 1 probe. Think they're doing 1 at a time, no? From my understanding, no. The semifinals will be 1 at a time. That is true. So we go. As tanks are amassing, Vikings as well. Yeah, we're pushing. So we're going for the early push. Now, this is going to be hitting earlier than the previous one, but what is the difference here? No stim. You can see here, there's no tech lab on the Raxes, there's no stim. But Gerald, he's going for the counterattack, and any delay here is going to benefit him so much. Going for the tech lab even. And Epic, he's pushing. Well, we got to make a choice. What are we doing? Epic is going to try to keep up. The all-in is heavily delayed. Yeah, delayed all in here by Epic. He'll lose the Cyclone. We'll lose the Tech Lab as well, so that means no more tank reinforcements, not without rebuilding that Tech Lab. Oh, he starts eBay. Okay, he does start the eBay. So Epic is pushing, but he is taking up behind this. I mean, he has to. Oh, the tank goes down. Oh, no. Down to 1 tank. Second tank is on the way. And again, Gerald doing a much better job at shutting this down. I say that, but charge isn't done yet. And remember, this is hitting earlier. It's hitting earlier than last game, so charge is not going to be a factor, at least initially. Epic is moving in. We got the slow bots. And he gets into the first tank, and the boys not here to repair. Yeah, there's no repair this time. Second tank does arrive. It does focus on those stalkers. But this time, Gerald he will completely shut this down. He swallows up the army. And again, Gerald he had extra gateways, he had extra warp ins. He achieved that much more with the stalkers to make sure there were no reinforcements. And Epic is in a brutal position here. Gerald's moving out. And what is it to defend? So we got a bunker on the way. We have a marauder. This is the army. One marauder, 2 marines, no bunker, and Gerald he can just walk in. He can just walk in. GG gets called. There's nothing left, and Gerald ties up the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG. Well played. With that, we're tied up again. Gerald he did respond, did react with his own hyper aggressive build, going for his own setup. Going for his own. Yeah, going for his own 4-gate blink. And with that, just completely shut down Epic. And with that, we're getting into game number 3. Let's go. Let us go. We're getting into game 3. Game 3 is going to be on ley lines. We're here to determine who will take a lead in the series. Now, we saw 4-gate blink out of Geralt, and we expected that more on ley lines. Sorry, on pylon, I meant to say. But now that we load into ley lines, now we're going to be seeing most likely less aggressive builds out of Geralt, and Epic will have the opportunity to go for another 2-base all-in. Now, is this series going to be full of nothing but 2-base all-ins? It's very likely. Is what I will say. It's very likely. As spawning in the top right hand corner of ley lines, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the American Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is Epic. Like wearing a jacket made of stardust. Yes, exactly. Oh no. It's made from the Korean Protoss player. Made it himself. Smooch. But now though, we do have our double gas open out of Epic once again. So far, every game, Epic has gone for a different build. Game 1, he rushed into an early stim timing. Game 2, he went for instead an earlier push with vanilla Marines, tanks, and Viking support. Here in Game 3, we could open up with, say, Banshee play. We can go for a tank Banshee. We can go for a Reactor Reaper Hellion. We can go for a more committed Cyclone drops. We can open up Widowmine drop as well. Epic does have a lot of options when it comes to his opener. We'll see what he does commit into. Show us what she got. Do we expect him to 2-base all in? We do. Do expect it. But we'll see if he meets those expectations. Ooh, as the first probe does go down. Bit of a slip up there by Gerald. Once again, factory is being prioritized. Technically, this can, if we stay and if we commit into gases, we can go for a starport into a 1-base all-in. But Epic is not that spicy. He's not that crazy. Instead, he will take that low gun expansion. I want to say that last Cheese Duffy, we casted a TVP between Future and Geralt, and Future, I think it was a best of 7. And I want to say that Future he cheesed every game. Like, I remember that. Future was an animal. An animal. And it was getting to Geralt, by the way. Like, it was... he was visibly bothered. As we did have player cams at the time. See, can Epic win that mental warfare? So far, we do have our Twilight Council back at home. So Twilight Council opener. We'll keep an eye on the gateways. So far, it's going to be 3-gate blink. So 3-gate blink out of Gerald. Once again, we have the Marine Cyclone drop. So the opener itself has been the same every game. Double gas into Cyclone drop. Hello. This time, early add-on swap into what? Into Stim. This looks like the same build as game 1. So unlike game 2, here we have the add-on swap, but very fast Stim is being resourced, so there's going to be very early Stim timing. Gerald, he scouts immediately. Yeah, fast scout here by Gerald. If you remember in game 1, the Cyclone denied the scouts, so this time was unable to. Yeah, was unable to deny the scouts. So Gerald, he sees all, he knows all. And it's going to be on Gerald to keep up and to get ready for this Stim timing for the all-in. Gerald, I believe, is getting another gateway. Yep, 4th gateway. So 4th gateway is on the way. So it's going into 4-gate blink Stalker. Drop into the main base. Gerald, he's in position. Gerald does keep up. From here is keeping up. Zoning away. And how many tanks? I believe this should move out with 3. So he's about to have 2 tanks. Then he can start pushing and then reinforce with the 3rd. Gerald, he's already here. And we'll see if Gerald can catch out the medevac, get some tanks, or even just delay the push by going into the main. He does a direct path in. Yeah, he's going for it. He's going for the main base. He has 9 stalkers. Oh! We have to make a choice. Yeah, dives in, going for the add-ons. Epic commits. Does commit across the map. He doesn't turn around. Boys are being pulled. Remember, Gerald, he can always recall. He can always recall back home. So he gets 2 SCVs. He delays some of the production, delays the mining, delays the economy, makes it back home. And this time, Epic didn't pull the boys to repair. Oh, here they come. Okay. I was like, he didn't pull the boys this time. Nah, they're just a little bit late. So we're going to be lacking repairs for the near future. 3rd base goes down. But it's not about the 3rd. It's about the natural. Nice rotation by Gerald. Oh, does catch the SCVs. SCV's getting picked up. Oh, Epic. A little bit indecisive. Charge is done in 3 seconds. Charge does commit. Oh, he does commit in. Gets one of the tanks. Gets one. Gets both tanks just barely. This time, no repair. Yeah, no repair this time. But another tank does rally in. It's close. It's still so very close. Final tank goes down. Yeah, without any more tanks, Gerald, he can afford more warp-ins. He can pull his own boys. It's still so close here. That shield battery. Yeah, with the help of the shield battery, Gerald holds. Gerald, he does hold on. And again, imagine this fight with a repair, right? With the mass SCVs getting and buffering for the main army. Buffering for the tanks, keeping them alive. Epic, his attack was disjointed. The boys, they were too late. They were lagging behind. And with that Epic, he's just being outscaled. He's just being outscaled. We'll lose the medevac. Lose Marines. Remember, Epic, he pulled all his boys, at least at the natural, so economically he's in the gutter. He has no economy. And again, this was the same build that we saw in game 1, but the execution was a little bit lacking. But we could see the potential there with it. Like, it was like he still almost broke through despite blundering, despite fumbling the attack. Still almost pulled it off. Now, my concern here is, are we out of builds? Because again, so far in this best of 5, we've seen 2 builds so far. This is the same one that we saw in game 1. I'm hoping that we have a little bit more variety coming into the rest of the series. Hoping. As Epic does make his way across the map. Again, this is the final push for Epic. Tanks are getting caught unsieged. So let's take a lapse in. And Gerald here will completely clean this up. Takes down both tanks. Both tanks go down. And again, there's just not much here. There's not much left. GG gets called. And Gerald, he will take a lead in the series 2-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, Gerald, he was able to delay, he was able to distract as well with that Stalker counterattack. Remember, there was a couple of key differences comparing Game 3 to Game 1, where in Game 3, we saw that Gerald was able to scout earlier. He got the hallucination across the map that much faster, he confirmed the build, he confirmed the all-in, so he had the wherewithal to throw down a 4th gateway to build up his Stalkers and to move out across the map and counterattack. With that counterattack, I'm sure that's part of the reason why Epic's push was a little bit lopsided, where he didn't pull the boys, where they were stuck defending back at home, so it was more of a chaotic setup there. It was more chaotic. And with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. And with that, we are now getting into our next game. And Gerald is 1 game away from claiming the series. One of us. 1 more game is all he needs. Let's go. As we are loading into Gressvan. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Gressvan, we have the Polish Protoss player. The Polish Protoss, we have the blue Protoss representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 2-1. It is Gerald. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the red Terran player, the American Terran, representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is Epic. Catching one stat. Epic's tanks never got to do anything. Yeah, exactly, right? Like the tanks, they never came into play. They didn't have the support that they needed. As you mentioned, the boys were pulled a little bit too late. By the time the boys arrived, the tanks had already gone down. So again, the execution was lacking there for Epic, but also like Gerald had a crisper response and a cleaner defense. Both kind of came into play. It's NA. Why would you need more than 1 build? We've had 2 different builds, like, to be fair, but only 2 so far. Double gas to open it out of Epic. Once again, going for the faster factory. So far, we've seen 2 different variations of all-in. We've seen the earlier stim timing, and we've seen the stim-less all-in, which does hit faster. We saw that in Game 2. Here in Game 4, what's it going to be? As welcome to Gressvan. Gressvan is one of the larger maps in the map pool. It is an older map from back in 2023, so it's been a couple of years since we've had Gressvan in the tournament map pool. A blast from the past. We've seen many a long and late game on this map, but I don't think that Epic wants to embrace a longer and later game. Gerald has a reputation. I didn't really get to discuss it, but Gerald, he has some insane late game PvT. He does regularly take down some of the top Koreans in the late game as well. Players like Cure, players like Byun. So if Gerald can get there, he's an animal. And that's where he's at his best. And clearly, as we're seeing, Epic wants to end it earlier. Doesn't want to let Gerald get there. Oh. Oh no! Let's go! The Jukes! Gerald! He hated this team and he held his breath. He somehow survived. Okay, let's go. Gerald. He's crazy. Probe does manage to slip by. Comes in for a rescout, and we'll be able to get eyes on the timing of the CC. And even being as annoying as possible. Yeah, Epic he turns back around. Thankfully, he will save his SCV, but he's forced back home, right? He's forced to turn around, forced back home. This allows Gerald to have more time to react and to respond and to build up. Stalker's on the high ground. Once again, just keeping Epic busy. Nice snipe, gets a Reaper. Reaper goes down, Epic getting into his own 1-1-1. Ooh, a little bit supply blocked. Just for a moment. Once again, Twilight Council out of Gerald. He's on 2 gates. Ooh, are we cutting corners? 3. Okay, getting up to 3. So 3 gate blink out of Gerald. Extra racks is on the way. And we'll see if he goes for an add-on swap here. Or keeps the tech lab on the tank. Sorry, on the factory for tanks. Waits at the mine shot. Nice moves out of Gerald. Yeah, same build. Yep, add-on swap, early stim. This is the same build we saw last game. So same build for the 3rd time this series. Let's go. Now, to be fair, I don't blame him because, as we mentioned in the last game, like, it did feel like the execution of the build was a little bit lacking, and we definitely could have seen Epic tighten it up, and we could have seen it work as well. Like, it was still a very close hold, despite, you know, not actually, like, bringing everything together at once. More importantly, Gerald, how many gateways? 4. Wow, he didn't even scout. He didn't even check the main base, but he's like, you know what? Like, this guy's crazy. I would just get a 4th gateway anyway. So, building up to 4 gateways to have extra gateway units to be able to apply more pressure. This time we do have Marauders being incorporated into the main army. So a couple of Marauders. Stalkers, they dive into the main. Can he deny stim? No shot. He does see. Yeah, he sees stim. Blinks in, gets a medevac. And nice time. Medevac goes down, going for the Marauder. Marauder goes down as well. Massive pickoff. Gets a medevac, gets a Marauder. Going for the tank. Blinks down, gets a tank as well. Oh god. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand here. 3 SCV kills. Tank, medevac, Marauders. Base at the mine shot, snipes the wooden mine as well, and you can see Gerald just achieving and just getting so much value here, being so efficient with his stalkers. And that stim timing, it's coming and going. Like, we're missing that window, we're missing that timing. Sure, stim is done, but what can Epic do here? Starts the eBay. Okay, starts the eBay. Tries to move out. Yeah, here we go. We pull the boys. So boys are being pulled. This is still the same 2 base all in, but this is hitting later. It is hitting late. SCVs are getting called out as well. So late 2 base all in. He lost one of the tanks already. Lost a medevac already. So this all in has been significantly weakened. There's a recall back home, and Gerald is getting ready. Throwing down more shield batteries. Charge. Lost charge is done. It's got a couple of force fields as well, or even just a guardian shield. It does engage. Tanks are sieging. First tank is going to go down. He gets 1. There's 1 left. Yeah, 1 tank remaining. Yeah, the tank falls, and Gerald, he will completely shut this down. Again, unfortunately, Epic going for the same build 3 times in this series. Once is fine, Pappy. Once is fine, but we got to vary it up, Pappy, because Gerald, he's just been hard countering it. Just delaying his 3rd base, getting extra gateways more than usual, just to make sure he can just shut down any kind of aggression. Just assuming that Epic would. And he assumed correctly. And with that, Gerald, he's done it. He's almost out of control. GG gets called, and Gerald, he will take the series 3-1. He will advance on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations. Congratulations here to Gerald, as it does claim the series. That does take down Epic. Epic is out of the tournament. And my condolences to Epic. Again, he did come in, you know, and he was able to claim that first win and catch Goat with his pants down. Was able to pull that off. But alas, we saw that after that first game, Gerald was playing very safe. He was playing very safe. He was like, okay, I understand the kind of play you're going for. I understand you as a player. I'm just going to be as safe as possible, if not as aggressive as possible as well, to keep up and to kind of like out-aggress his opponent and yeah, completely shut him down. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to Gerald. And let's catch up on the rest of the bracket. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Okay.